Hello, I am Dale Poulter from Vanderbilt University Library, and I'm here to discuss how we are obtaining and maintaining our digital inventories. When we first started looking at this project, we realized that we had millions of files across tons of different systems, excluding external hard drives and everything else that we did not have metadata for, and we weren't really sure where they all were. Generally, if we could find the right staff member, they could identify the files and know where they went, but it was a problem for trying to find any files. In addition, since files were difficult to find, people would often make copies of files which required additional storage. The main goal of this project, or goals of this project, was to track the changes of files so we knew where they were, to have all the files easily identifiable and able to be located, as well as reduce the storage that's used for all the files, since we'll be reducing duplicates hopefully. And lastly, to add some basic metadata through tags. The initial process we tried was to grab a list of all the files and all the locations that we could find, which is problematic for some of the external hard drives, but to grab all that, put that into a database, add some metadata on some of the files, and provide searching. This worked in theory, but it required manually updating the files, the database. It was not real time and really became more cumbersome than anything else. The solution we ended up going with was to migrate all of our data to AWS. There was some cost related to that, but it gave us the opportunity to put all of our files into a single location. We could add more collections to AWS at the same time as we had more collections digitized, and we did not have to worry about the amount of storage being used, with the exception of the cost. Using the S3 metadata tables allowed us to track changes in real time and to provide searching through a SQL interface, or in the future through a better front-end interface for just searching across the files. Amazon itself allowed us to do some tagging within the file, so it's not just tagged in the database, but it's actually tagged in the file itself. So again, allowing better access and tracking of files. Some of the data that's listed in the S3 metadata table includes all the tags that we have. That is, if we add a tag, it's immediately there. All of the local tags are in a single field, but it's easily searchable and identifiable. The file names, the location, the size, which is very, very important for looking at cost, as well as various metrics that we are asked to produce. The last time it was modified, the storage class, again, is a cost item. If it's deep archive, it's cheaper than what it is if it's in standard storage. The checksum algorithm, as well as other data. Although not a perfect solution, this S3 metadata table solution is working well for us since we were already utilizing AWS. We'd already had a lot of things in storage there. We were using it for our web servers, and so this was a natural progression of some of our usage. We're still working on the front end, although that is progressing well, and I think that will provide the perfect solution that we're looking for to allow others to search for their metadata. But for now, we are able to quickly search the metadata and deliver reports to staff as needed. Thank you.